Welcome to Proton. Inspiring connection is about reconnecting to the humanity within us to create real connection. By pushing the boundaries of technology, we believe we can build stronger relationships, bridging distance between people, relationship, innovation, and create stronger bonds to a better future for mobility. My name is NURUL Syarmimi Nisa binti Muhammad SAFIROL and my student ID is 2022882692. First, I will present about introduction company which is Proton that our group choose. The Malaysian automaker and firm Proton Holding Berhad, also known as Proton, engaged in the designs, production, distribution and sale of automobiles. Up to the establishment of Berdua in 1993, Proton was the only national car manufacturer in Malaysia. Perusahaan Automobile Nasional is referred to as Proton in Malay, National Automobile Enterprise. Tun Mahathir Mohamad established Proton Holding on May 7, 1983. In September 1985, Proton created the first model of the Proton Saga in Shah Alam, Selangor. Next, the business has its main office in Shah Alam, Selangor and also runs facility in Proton City, Perak. The largest Proton factory are located in Tanjung Malim, Selangor and Shah Alam. Moreover, functional automotive products including accessories, spare parts and related products are what Proton assembles, and Proton Holdings Berhad has emerged as the leading automaker in Malaysia, offering high-quality vehicles to its citizens and operating in at least 26 nations, the bulk of which area in Asia and Malaysia. Over 3,500,000 vehicles were sold by Proton between 1985 and 2013. Mitsubishi sold Khazanah National, a stake in Proton, in 2005 and DRB Hicom acquired full ownership of Proton in 2012. The Lotus cars were owned by Proton from 1996 to 2017. In terms of total sales volume, the United Kingdom is the most successful export market, and at one point Proton held the record for the most popular new car brand ever to enter the country. Next, we move to organizational chart. Below shows Proton director, senior management and head of companies. The chairman of Proton is Datuk Seri Sheikh Faizal Alpa. Next is director of Proton which is Ahmad Jauhari bin Yahya, Datuk Wira Azhar bin Abdul Hamid, Daniel Dong Hui Lee, and lastly Gan Jiu Yi.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is FARHANAH binti Rumaisi and I will present to you about what is planning as defined by Proton and what type of planning. Number 1. Proton implemented a plan of action to reduce the risk of infection. Proton has been meticulous in their efforts prior to the MCO being made public. Proton cancelled all business trips abroad and mandated work from home places for a few departments with workers who were under quarantine for potential infectious diseases. Proton top concern is the health and safety of the Proton staff and hope to come out of this uninjured. Number 2. Proton places a high priority on its employees' health and safety. With a staff of almost 10,000, keeping track of everyone's health is a daily responsibility that needs collaboration from all ranks. Every employee health is checked twice daily throughout the MCO, and measures are taken to isolate and treat anyone suspected of having the virus. This includes weekends and considers the staff members' location during the MCO as well as their current employment status. Number 3. All employee departures from the organization were prohibited commencing. Additionally, those who travel had to go through a 14-day self-quarantine after returning, as well as being screened for the virus both before and after the quarantine. Number 4. All Proton facilities were shut down. For example, Proton manufacturing facilities must be maintained, while a few service centers designated to maintain the fleet of Proton cars employed by government entities are still open. And last but not least, number 5. Proton got approvals to issue letters for certain personnel to execute limited company operations in order to ensure that employees do not violate the MCO standards. The company's other divisions are still running at full speed. Each department is obliged to hold daily meetings where the department leader updates the team on management decisions and divides the workload according to daily deliverables. All of it is carried out through video conferencing, enabling remote meetings for every employee. Dr. Lee Chunrong, who is Proton CEO, has conducted the planning process, and when the COVID-19 virus made headlines, Proton implemented a strategy to reduce the risk of infection. We have been rigorous in our efforts, and even before the MCO was revealed, we halted all business trips abroad and mandated work from home policies for a few departments that had staff that were being held in quarantine due to potential infectious diseases. Our top priority is the health and safety of our employees, and we are optimistic that we will come out of this unhurt. Proton regards this as its duty to aid the government in its fight against the spread of COVID-19 as a Malaysian automaker and key supporter of the domestic auto sector. The frontliners believe that this was an area where they could provide aid swiftly because they were thinking about it particularly. Currently, this is the most direct help that can be provided, although other support options are also being considered, said Dr. Lee Chunrong, Proton of CEO. The corporation is sure the nation will be able to lead itself to a safe outcome despite admitting the severity of the problem. These are difficult times, but if we stick together, Malaysia will emerge from this strong. As we see this through, Proton will be standing shoulder to shoulder with all Malaysians.
Hi, my name is AISHA binti AZMI. So, right now, I will continue to explain about when does Proton begin their planning process and how long does it take. Proton's whole 2020 marketing communication plans were disrupted, and the abrupt adoption of Malaysia's COVID-19 countrywide shutdown in February 2020 posed a major threat to the company's strong sales momentum. Moreover, customers would be prevented from visiting showrooms to complete a required step in the process of purchasing a car. The national car manufacturer, Proton, began their planning process on April 2, 2020, which is not too long after Movement Control Order (MCO) imposed by the government due to COVID-19 virus. Proton promptly developed and launched a new network marketing and online-offline strategy to gather potential marketing sales leads. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which sent shockwaves across the global economy, it took some time for this technique to operate successfully and efficiently. Due to the significant increase in car sales, they intend for a recovery in sales to begin in the final 4 months of 2021, commencing in September 2021. To be exact, Proton took about 21 months, which was actually about 2 years, to recover from COVID-19 sales impacts.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am ZULAIKHA and I will continue with how Proton conducted. First, Proton used new network marketing and online-offline approach. For example, Proton used PSA-related marketing, that PSA stands for stand for Public Service Announcement. Next, Proton also use user interface and user experience design for their marketing. During the pandemic, UI get more attention than UX since UX usually used for physical showroom event. Next is get approval to issue letter for certain personnel to execute limited company operation. With the letter issued, each department get to obligate to hold meeting where the department leader update the team on management decision and divide the workload according to daily deliverable. Other than that, Proton also loan Proton X70 to the Ministry of Health in order to assist Malaysian frontliner fighter in their battle against COVID-19. So, the car will be utilized to transport medical personnel to and from their work site as well as to any pandemic hotspot in order to require rapid care.
Hi, I'm FAIZ bin Muhammad Rizwan. I will continue this presentation with recommendation part. One recommendation for Proton, a company operating in a global environment, would be to prioritize building strong relationship with local partners and suppliers. This can help the company gain a deeper understanding of the cultural, economic and political factor that may impact its operation in different regions. Additionally, having strong relationship with local partners can also provide the company with valuable resources and support such as access to new market and customers, as well as help navigate any regulatory challenge. In the context of the COVID-19 pandemic would be to focus on building a robust and agile supply chain. The pandemic has highlighted the need for companies to be able to quickly adapt to change in demand and disruption to their supply chains. Proton should consider implementing measures such as diversifying its supplier base, building up inventory buffers, and investing in digital technologies such as automation and data analytics to help monitor and manage the supply chain more effectively. Additionally, the company should also consider investing in digital technologies to enable remote working and communication, and to ensure continuity of operation in the event of lockdowns or other disruption. In conclusion, Proton should prioritize building strong relationship with local partners and suppliers, as well as focus on building a robust and agile supply chain in order to succeed in a global environment and navigate challenges like COVID-19. This can include diversifying its supplier base, building up inventory buffers, investing in digital technologies such as automation and data analytics, and enabling remote working and communication. By taking these measures, Proton can be better prepared to adapt to change in demand and disruption to its supply chains and ensure continuity of operation.
In conclusion, Proton has managed their business despite the COVID-19 pandemic quite successfully by complying with the new standard. The management of Proton has done its best by taking on significant roles in assisting their staff, their own company, and even the nation in responding to this pandemic. Proton doesn't just work for their own company's profit, but they also use every opportunity to assist the government in fighting this pandemic by giving their newest model, X70, to the front lines for usage in critical situations. They made every effort to keep business operations sustainable despite the current global financial crisis. Thank you.